Right, this video is about things that made me filthy rich. Now look, this is a completely different video from what I usually make about how to make money specifically with YouTube automation. That's part of how I make my money. It's not my full income source. But no one cares at this point. It's 2025. You guys want this money in your bank account. I'm sure you guys all do. If you don't, this is the wrong video. Click off. So I'm going to explain to you, all handsome gentlemen and ladies, some of the best mind tricks that I have taught myself through unlimited learnings from my majestic 200 IQ brain on how to put so much money into your bank account you don't know what to do with it. For some context, if you're brand new here, I've made enough money in the last 7 days to buy a really decent car. Not some shitbox from Facebook Marketplace that's $2,000. I'm talking a Mustang, maybe like old Mercedes. If you don't believe me, you're a jackass. Click off. It's a joke. I'm just kidding. Right, let's just get right into it. I have some notes here on my laptop because I'm not that good at speaking. Sorry. Number 1 is Googling my dream car every night and reverse engineering the specific payments. If you guys don't do this yet, I urge you with all intent every single night, once you finish your work, instead of going onto Netflix, instead of speaking with your wife about how bad your day was, how long it was, you only made a paycheck, your boss yelled at you, all that is bollocks, okay? No one cares about your life. That's shit. It's all bollocks. What you have to do is motivate your inner self via your dream outcome. Every single day, I'm going to Google Lamborghini Huracan for sale in Canada because I'm Canadian. If you're living in United States, if you're living in even Brazil as a random example, it doesn't matter. Google your best car that you want and reverse engineer how much did it cost me to finance it, to cash it. ChatGPT, like, hey, ChatGPT, this is the exact same prompt I would tell ChatGPT and it works like wonders. ChatGPT, I want you to tell me how much money I need to make every single month to be able to finance one Lamborghini Huracan comfortably. And then it tells me you need to make 30 grand a month, 20 grand a month. My weekly paycheck. Sorry, not paycheck, payout. Because I get paid by myself. Not from a boss, not from an employee. If you want to learn specifically how I actually make my money, go in the description, DM me on Instagram. Oh, there's some link somewhere. This video is not for. This video is about me showing you how to become rich. Okay? And you look up specific images of the car. You could even take it a step further. Now that ChatGPT has become one of the best tools, period, I use it every single time. I speak to it, I train my own ChatGPT, and I'd be like, make me a chrome gold Lamborghini Huracan with Tron lights and make it inside this background of a 4-car garage house. I just play out the ideal world that I genuinely want to live, and then I reverse engineer everything else to how I get from my current position over to that state. It's very vital for you to do this. Otherwise, you don't even know where you want to be at. If you don't know where you want to be at, how do you expect to get there? You're going down a road to an endless destination. How are you going to expect you to get results? How are you going to expect to get rich without a proper endpoint? So figure out your endpoint. Google it every single day. Moving on. Number 2, pondering on the day that I make more than my boss/teacher. When I was in high school, it was quite a while ago, I just started making money online. Made my first 10 grand when I was 15. At 17, I made my first $100,000. I'm on track to making $1 million this year. Probably this year or next year, something like that, okay? I would always think about, how much do my teachers make? How much does this teacher's teacher make? How much does my principal make? And then I literally took it down the rabbit hole of Googling the specific name. It got so bad. Of every teacher that I was getting taught by, their specific income source. And because in this weird country that I'm in, I'm literally able to find out the exact dollar amount of how much my teachers made. Most of them, and I shouldn't probably reveal this, but fuck it, most of them were making $76,000 to $85,000 annually, which isn't bad at all for a teacher. Right? This is Canadian dollars, by the way, so it's deflated by... Canadian dollars is cooked right now. It's basically just Indian rupees. But to put it into simple terms, I had to figure out a way to reverse engineer 85 grand annually. Let me just do some quick math. That is $7,000 monthly that my average teacher made, which is actually decent. That's about $5,500 US for all US viewers. For me, I'd be like, okay, for me to get 7,000 views every single month, what do I have to do? How much content did I have to make on my channels? What kind of views do I need to get daily? What's the RPM? All bullocks that I just genuinely didn't care about. The only thing I cared about was beating my teachers, getting to the end destination. That's it. Okay? So I did some math, I did some crazy baloney inside my beautiful brain, and then I figured out that if I got 1 million views per month, which is 30,000 views per day, at a $7 RPM, I'll make $210 every single day, 6.6 grand a month, or something close to that. Boom, I beat my teachers. That's all I had to do. And I got there, eventually. So when you ponder the day that you can actually beat more than your boss/teacher, you're still rewiring your brain to think like that person subconsciously. And I'm going to get into a subconscious mind trick later down the line, but these first 2 tips are to genuinely just rewire yourself into believing the specific end game is possible, and for you to get a better idea of what your end game wants to look like. Does that make sense? If you have a brain. If you're still watching, this definitely makes sense, okay? Number 3, having the balls to go all in on opportunity and not deflection. This is so important. This is genuinely the most important tip out of all the 7 tips I'm about to give you. The reason why is because 95% of the people who never end up making money, but they're ambitious enough to start making money, it's not that they failed because they actually didn't figure it out. It's because they don't have the ambition or the risk, diversity, whatever. They just couldn't take the first step through the door. You're probably 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You researched a little bit here and there. Maybe you tried for a couple days and then you gave up. You have to be all in, okay? This is so important. I've spent multiple 5 figures in mentorships, coaches. I literally spent 12 grand, bam, to a mentor. He was making 8 figures, worth 8 figures, 1 million per month. His name is called, Jacob Levinrad. Paid 12 grand for this guy. One of the best mentors in the history I can ever possibly recommend. Now, I'm not saying that to sugarcoat or to give him more sales, whatever. I'm not even an affiliate to him. But the reason why I say this is because I paid 12 grand for direct access to an 8-figure entrepreneur who has all the answers to my questions. The best way for you to actually get somewhere, if you don't know how to get there, is to Google it. And because Google's not going to teach you how to put $20,000 last week into your bank account, your next best bet is to ask someone who has done it, put $20,000 into their bank account every single week. That specific roadmap that got them exactly the $21,000 into their bank account is going to be the same roadmap that can allow you to put your first $1,000, and then eventually 5 grand, 10 grand, 20 grand, 50 grand, 100 grand, a million, 10 million, a billion, 10 billion, 10 trillion. 10 trillion! Not even joking. Okay? Very important. Have the opportunities to go all in on opportunity, not deflection. Do not play it safe. Play on offense mode. When you play on offense mode and you think like a person that's on offense mode, you're going to get offense results. Look at Elon Musk. What has this guy gone through that you have not gone through? Do you realize maybe 2004 when he invented PayPal, he was part of the mafia boss, and then, you know what he did? He sold PayPal, cash collected $300 million, could have called it a life, and then just bang chicks, go to Thailand, live like a king. But you know what he chose? He was like, fuck it, I'm gonna make $1 billion. Then he proceeded to make 400 billion. That is a specific mindset that I cannot teach you. You must have intrinsically yourself. Very, very important to have that. So I've spent multiple 5 figures for teachers, mentors. Way better, in my opinion, to spend 5 figures on mentors than a college degree. Because let's be honest, those college professors, they're reading from outdated information. They personally don't have any experience in the field that they teach. Maybe a couple years maximum. They're nowhere successful in that field that they teach. Otherwise, they would just be doing that field. Does that make sense? And they're also handling hundreds, if not thousands of students. So their time is so diluted and not really concentrated. Does that make sense? Very, very important. Okay, now this next one is actually getting put into real-time use as I'm filming this video. Because I drink 5 cups of coffee every single day. You don't have to do that. You don't have to copy me. You do more than me. drink 7 cups per day. But the way I allow myself to live is to incorporate the specific tangible energy over to my actionable life to be able to get the desired outcome that I want. So what does all that fancy bollocks means? To put it into simple terms, god damn it, I brute force getting work done and making money by the unlimited amount of energy that comes from coffee. When you're drinking 5, do you know what's gonna happen? You're gonna start shaking, vibrating, your heart's gonna be pounding, you're gonna be just full of energy. You don't know where to allocate it to. You cannot just bed rot, you cannot just watch Netflix, tell your wife, oh my gosh, I hate my job, you know, why have you, sweetie? Don't do that. By the way, I'm very, very offensive and racist. If you don't like me as a person, better click off right now. Anyways, what you have to do is get so much energy put into your system with zero brain fog. And the way you get zero brain fog is by not eating. As a matter of fact, I do this. I drink whatever this is, sparkling water, along with coffee. This pair together alone is what made me $20,000 last week. Because I feel hydrated, I feel good, I'm not bollocksed, meaning that I don't have any brain fog, I'm sharp, no carbs in my system. You get work done super, super effectively. This is a very easy advice that pretty much anyone can do, but out of the people watching, let's just say 1,000 people watch this video, 1% might take action. So 10 people out of the 1,000 viewers right now will actually do as I'm about to say, of drinking 5 coffees. Again, I'm not some medical professional, so if you get cooked, don't sue me. This is not financial advice, this is not life advice, this is just general tips and tricks for educational purposes only. But if you drink 5 cups of coffee, you drink sparkling water, you don't eat till 4 p.m., I guarantee you, your productivity will skyrocket. Conditionally. Conditional guarantee, not absolute guarantee. Very, very important. Does it make sense? You see these eye bags I get? 6 hours of sleep? Who needs sleep? You know who needs sleep? Infants. Oh, I'm an infant, I need to go to sleep. No, you don't. We only have a couple years left to live on this planet. Make the most use out of it. Drink as much coffee as you possibly can. Moving on to number 5, cutting off a social life. This is so bad, but also so good at the same time because I made this specific sacrifice intentionally to cut off my day ones. Cut off all access to my friends prior. Friends, they're not even actual friends. Potential girlfriends. Look, if I really wanted to, I could have a girlfriend. I have 0 girlfriend. I have 0 friend. All I do is I sit at this desk on my laptop printing cash. Because I understand the specific delayed gratification is required to get the end outcome of Lamborghini Met. More money than my teacher or boss. Living the dream life. Just floating in the abyss of earth. And also being humble, praying to God. Very important that you have to do. But I understood that a social life isn't going to treat me any good unless I use it as a part of my income source. Very few people do social life as a part of their income source via influencer marketing, whatever the hell they promote on their social media, being an influencer. I don't do that, bollocks. Many people say, oh, the way to make money is to become an influencer and then start a business. No, I'm a business owner with influencer. Very, very different things. I don't focus and make my money from influence. I have a business and I just happen to build influence off of talking about the businesses that I own. Does that make sense? So you have to cut off whatever's distracting you. This is also what I learned from Jacob Levinrad. I'm gonna give it to you right now. What is it? Cut off whatever is preventing you from getting more work done and getting more output done. Because to put it into simple terms, to get results and put money in your bank account, you have to have more output. What is output? The result, the money. To get more output, you need more input. So how can I put more input, which is what I personally do and control, to get the desired output, which is the external results that I can't control 100%. I have to leverage volume, which is just putting more repetition in, putting more hours in, or leverage. I get other people to work for me. Very important. Now, if you are distracted via scrolling on reels, eating food, texting a chick, a mid 3 out of 10, you're better off just putting your phone completely in a different room, and that way you have 0 distractions, close the windows, only dark room with nothing but your laptop and some sparkling water and coffee. You will get more work done that way than any other way, just simply because you cut off the distractions that are preventing you from getting to the work, getting to the money. Super important. I switched up on my day ones and I made so much more money from it. You don't have to completely cut them off. Text them once a month, be like, yo, I'm getting after the money. They will understand you, or they're gonna cut you off. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, you're gonna get the money back and get the friends back as well. But you'll be way richer. Way, way richer. All right, this next one is number 6, training my subconscious mind. What does that mean? Bringing back to what I said a few points earlier in this video, it's very, very essential that you train your subconscious mind in a particular way that will maximize for success. What does that even mean? Do you know when you listen to heartbreak songs or when you listen to sad songs, you subconsciously train your mind to be depressed? Whenever you go through a heartbreak, what do? You go on Instagram Reels, all of a sudden your algorithm is packed with heartbreaking songs, crazy quotes, making you feel even sadder. You don't know it, but you're subconsciously telling your brain that you're gonna be the most depressed, miserable person. And the fun fact is that your brain doesn't know the difference between conscious and subconscious. They just think they're the same thing. So what you have to understand is that you can do the same thing and apply it into making money. What I do personally, and don't copy me because then you're gonna be a copycatter. Fuck you if you copy me. It's a joke, copy me, I don't care. I'll just tell you what I do. I listen to rap music, very high vibration, high frequencies, making me feel good, making me feel like the G. Making me actually convince my brain that I'm the best person in town, I can do anything to put my mind to, and I can get after the money. 50 Cent, Lil Baby, rappers, okay? And I'm telling you right now, if you're actually rich, listening to rap music is so much more fulfilling than listening to rap music in your beat-up Toyota. It's just facts. If you guys don't know, I drive a 2023 Corvette, 500 horsepower, 2023, brand new. And I have a dropped-off Corvette as well. So I blast rap music, sun's out, some girls walking by, zoom! You will feel so much better when you can actually relate to the rap lyrics. Very important. So I do that. I gym right in the first hour that I wake up to move my body, right? And then I get the coffee in. This is my 4th cup, I think. I had three cups prior and even a Celsius, so I'm super caffeinated. And then I take a cold shower to feel even more awake. Dopamine. I'm dopamine maxing, but in a healthy way, right? Cold shower is good for you. You maximize your adrenaline up. You have coffee to stimulate you even more. And then you put all distractions aside. My phone's in the other room, and I just work. So looping back into number 6, when you train your subconscious mind to actually feel like the best, you will perform like it. And this is so important because I'll be honest, my business ventures wasn't always in an uphill. Some months, for a long period of time, I was stuck in the trenches, making only 20 grand monthly. I was poor, I was broke as a joke, only 20 grand monthly, right? And I was stuck there. So what I would do is rather than listening to sad songs or maybe humble country music, it's all good. I listen to the highest frequency. I'm talking Highest in the Room, Pop Star, Rock Star by Post Malone, all these crazy things that tells me and trains my brain into actually thinking I made money that day and I was the best in the town. Then you're gonna start acting like it. I promise you, this is such a life hack. Invest in renting a car that's really, really fast. Go rent a Lamborghini for a day. You're gonna actually act like that person. Everyone says this, but no one actually does it correctly. I'm the only person that does it correctly. Super vital for success. Bro, by now, there's probably no one watching this at this point. If you're still watching this video, I want you to comment coffee, okay? If you comment coffee, and I see that you're still watching this video after however long this recording has been, I'm gonna personally message you on Instagram, see if it'd help you, make some money, and go from there. Actually, don't comment coffee. Comment coffee and also DM me coffee on Instagram. That will be the move. Number 7. This is also very, very important. I'm gonna, in fact, take my glasses off. That's how important it is. Copy, not steal. I've said this in my old videos, I'm gonna say it again. Tai Lopez, a billionaire, taught this to me. Good artists copy, great artists steal. There's nothing wrong inherently with stealing as long as it's a good way of stealing it. I'm not talking about changing up things here, and I'm talking about the person that you're stealing from is actually gonna get you the results that you want. Stealing's great. You know what's even better? Having $1 million in your bank account, making $20,000 per week. It doesn't matter how you got $20,000 into your bank account. As long as it's moral, as long as it's legal, it doesn't matter. You can do it from dropshipping, you can do it from crypto trading, you can do it from YouTube automation, you can do it from making videos like this, a personal brand. It doesn't matter. As long as you get the money in your bank account, you copied it from someone else, good on you. Oh, this is also so funny. This is completely irrelevant, but I'm going to explain this beautiful story anyways, okay? Maybe 5 years ago, while I was still in high school, was sitting next to this girl, a blondie. I don't know her name because she was just too popular, super smart, getting like 99% in law, okay? In law, I got a 72%. I just did not give a shit. So she was way above my league, way smarter than me. She probably doesn't even know my existence. She probably just knows of me. 5 years later, literally last week, I went into the Starbucks, driving in my Corvette after my gym session. I was like, can I order ice cold brew? I see who's the bartender serving my coffee. The same ass chick. Don't know her name. Don't know what she's up to now. But as the 72% law student and the 99% law student, 5 years later, one's serving the other person coffee while the other person was driving out of the Corvette. Soon to be a Lamborghini next year. Guarantee you that. 100% convicted that I will get a Lamborghini Huracan next year. Guaranteed. Okay. I may seem arrogant because I am. I may seem super high ego because I am, but I mean it. Very, very important. I learned that stealing from the person that actually has results that I want is going to get me better results than not stealing. Being creative, being your own way, going through the standard thing that everyone goes through, the college route, and then the job route, you're not going to get anywhere because everyone does it. The reason why business works so well is because no one does it. No one does business. Name one person in your hometown that does business making $20,000 per week. Probably no one. I guarantee you that. Whereas here I am with 10 plus employees, multiple businesses, multiple streams of income, working at his house, from the desk, not job, no manager or boss telling me what to do. I make my work. I tell myself what I want to do and I execute on it. I copy the work that other people higher level than me are doing to get to the same position as them. I've said this so many times, but I'll say it again. Copy and steal. It's never a bad thing. You have to learn from the specific source, right? Let me give you another tangible example. I invested, right, multiple 5 figures into 8-figure entrepreneurs, not because I felt like it, or I was gonna fucking get advice from them. No, I was gonna copy them to a T. They have exactly the roadmap and actions to get 8 figures, as an example. So I just copied them. Is it worth 12 grand? If it makes me back more than 12 grand, then absolutely. And I did. Made an ROI within 3 months, 2 months. Not a problem. I think that's it. Alright, that's it for this video. Apply these steps. DM me on Instagram if you have any questions about these specific steps. If you want to work directly with me and have me teach you exactly how to make money. Maybe not 20 grand in your first week, but eventually you can get to numbers somewhat similar to that. DM me on Instagram or go to the link in the description. You'll be able to apply to potentially work with me. Just because there's billions of people who apply. Not like hundreds every single month. So, that's it. I'll see you guys soon.